Now notice when I'm actually formally dressed, it means that there's something big that has come in. The interesting part is that in the world of mobile phones, there's a lot of aggression. There's a lot of incredible stuff coming out in the market, but the premium side of the market, the true premium, I'm not talking flagship, because flagships now you can buy for 15,000 rupees, and they're actually flagships, not near flagship. But the true premium market, where there's a brand, there's a sense of aspiration, there's a sense of belonging, that this is what you've bought, has come down to three. There used to be an LG, there used to be an HTC, they've all fallen by the wayside. Now, there are just three. There's the Apple iPhone XS now, and I would say the bigger version. There's the Samsung Galaxy Note 9, and there, of course, now is the Google Pixel 3 or the XL. That's all that's left in the premium market, and today, I'm dressed this way because we've got the last of the three. So the Note 9 came out, the new iPhones came out, and now we've got this, the Google Pixel 3. We'll do a quick look, unboxing, a straight look at this, but a big review next week, including we'll go into depth with a comparison, shootout, which one to buy, and is it worth the price? That and a whole lot more on the show today.
Google's pure Android flagship phones are finally here. We bring you our first impressions of the Pixel 3 and Pixel 3 XL, which come at hefty price tags and boast of some noteworthy features. There's also a wireless charger, not in the box though. We review the Nokia 3.1 Plus, a budget smartphone which comes with an HD Plus display and a 3500 mAh battery. Does it impress us? Find out. Another fitness band from Xiaomi enters the markets and promises a lot at a small price. Does it deliver? Let's take it for a run on Cell Guru. Online privacy is back in focus, and we show you a few steps to protect your online identity while using your favorite apps.
Time to go absolutely bananas. Yes, let's talk about bananas, but not the kind that you're thinking that this will become the Fruit Guru show. I'm talking about the shape, the actual material that is used, and a phone that actually set legacy. And that is the Nokia 8110. Now, when the original phone came out, it was actually the top of the line phone. Today, the re-release of the 8110, which is by HMD Nokia, is a feature phone, but it's a 4G feature phone. So this is interesting because Nokia plays this nostalgia and legacy game very, very well, because they want you to get that feeling of what Nokia used to be for you in your life. So this is the Nokia 8110. Time for us all to go bananas.
Nokia says it's time to go classic retro with the new Nokia 8110 that packs in some nostalgia into a smartphone. This was launched in India this week for 5,999 rupees. Nicknamed the Banana phone, there is a slide to open feature and there is a keypad on board. It is a 4G feature phone with access to an app store and has Google Maps, Search and Facebook. There is also a Wi-Fi connect option. Let's see if people go bananas for the Nokia Banana this festive season.
One other piece of big news that's come in, of course, is that now the number of cameras on a phone have gone nuts. So from bananas, we've gone to nuts. Can you imagine 4 cameras at the back of a phone? Not total 4, 4 at the back. That's the Samsung A9 that has just been announced right now. It's got 4 at the back. And we've been hearing now that there's another phone that's coming out that will have 9 cameras total front and back. So this is going completely and totally nuts.
Samsung is turning heads and making headlines with the world's first quad-camera phone. Soon after the launch of the Galaxy A7, which comes with 3 cameras, Samsung has launched the Galaxy A9 at a global event in Malaysia. This phone packs in 4 cameras on the rear, one 24-megapixel main lens along with a 2x optical zoom, an ultra-wide lens and a depth lens. There is a 3800 mAh battery and the phone comes in 3 catchy colors: caviar black, lemonade blue and bubblegum pink. The phone comes with 6 GB RAM and 128 GB of storage. We will take a deeper look at this quad camera phone next week on Cell Guru.
And time now to do a very quick preview and unboxing of the Google Pixel 3. But I'll give you my quick analysis of the phone in terms of my first impression. So first and foremost, it's now got a soft glass back. Now don't fall for that. No glass can be soft. It's just that it doesn't feel like it has edges that are very, very hard. So everything's very nicely rounded off. Second, the names are very, very interesting. Basically, they're just the white and the blacks and the others, but the way they've named it, the nomenclatures are very interesting. Third, with the dual cameras in the front, the back camera remains more or less the same. It's always been a great camera, but there's not much difference. But with the front camera, the Google Pixel 3 goes to a whole new level. So that then are the big deals with the phone, the glass, the fact that the camera and optics have been improved a little. Rest of the phone remains nearly the same, which to a lot of people is a bit of a surprise because they've had 1 full year with the phone. The last part, even before I unbox, is to tell you these are very expensive phones. Time to unbox.
Google sure is notching things up with their latest flagships. This is the Google Pixel 3 and the Pixel 3 XL that was launched at the Made by Google launch event. And the Pixel 3 XL comes with a notch. But before we get into the phone, let's take a look at the big box it comes in and everything it comes with. The Google Pixel 3 comes in a large white box with a picture of the phone on the front. On opening, the phone is wrapped in this plastic, and under that it comes with various elements, including a set of Pixel Bud-style headphones. This is the first time that Google has given headphones with its phone. Other than that, there are 2 types of chargers in the box. One USB Type-A to USB Type-C for traditional chargers and one Type-C cable. Google has been thoughtful and even included a USB Type-C to 3.5mm adapter for legacy headphones. While they remain similar in the design department with a subtle dual-tone finish, the Pixel 3 XL now sports a notch right on top. These are Google's next-gen pure Android flagships and come in 3 very uniquely named colors: just black, clearly white and not pink. Google has stuck to having no face unlock and the back has a fingerprint scanner. And as with most flagships, the Pixels 2 are IP68 water and dust resistant. The Pixel 3 has a 5.5-inch display while the taller sibling, the Pixel 3 XL, has a 6.3-inch screen. On the display front, the phones sport an OLED display. The 2 phones are very similar with what they pack on inside. With an all-soft glass back, the Google phones have moved away from the aluminium finishes and now support wireless charging through Qi technology. In fact, Google has introduced the Pixel Stand, which works as a smart wireless charger. This will be sold separately though for 6,900 rupees. The Pixels come with pure stock Android and in fact, in a sweet surprise, come with the latest Android 9 Pie update. On the battery front, the Pixel 3 has a 2915 mAh battery while the Pixel 3 XL has a 3430 mAh battery. The box comes with an 18-watt fast charger that can boost up the phone to 7 hours of use in just 15 minutes of charge. Come to what the Pixel's legacy is based on, the camera. This time, Google again has stuck to a single rear camera with a 12.2 megapixel lens. But it is the front camera that has got a big overhaul. The Pixel 3 and the 3 XL sport a dual front camera with 2 8-megapixel lenses. But almost all of Pixel's most interesting camera tricks lie under the hood. The front camera has a group selfie cam that turns the camera into an ultra-wide-angle camera. There is a top shot mode which will choose the best selfie for you and detect if your eyes are closed. Google Lens is in the camera like the Pixel 2, but this time you can do more, like shop or search for text directly from your camera lens. But the camera is not the only place where all the fun is. There are features like Flip to Shush, which as the name suggests, mutes your Pixel 3 once you turn it around. There is also a smarter assistant which can assist in fielding unwanted calls. It can give a transcript on the screen of what the person on the other side has said. Google claims that this is one of the most secure phones and has a new custom-made chip called the Titan M, which protects unlocked data, app data and even disk encryption. Under the hood, the Pixel 3 and 3 XL come with a 4GB RAM and a 64 and 128GB storage variant. The Qualcomm Snapdragon 845 chipset powers these phones. The Pixel 3 is priced at 71,000 rupees for the 64GB storage variant and 80,000 rupees for the 128GB storage variant. The Pixel 3 XL, on the other hand, is priced at 83,000 rupees for the 64GB variant and 92,000 rupees for the 128GB storage variant. Google's flagships do remain pricey and will only be available in India on November 1st. But till then, we will keep talking about them and in fact review these beauties on the show next week.
And now in my hand is the 3.1 Plus from Nokia HMD. Now they'd come up with the Nokia 3.1, I think June, July, and now they've come up with the bigger sibling. This is a 6-inch screen. So let me quickly take you through my first impressions and we'll do a full hands-on review. So 6-inch screen, but therein lies the problem. It's not a full HD screen. I find everything that's about this phone fantastic. You know, it's not got a notch, which to me is an advantage. Some people may say it's not, but I love it. Second, 6-inch screen, but a great feel in the hand. Nice matte finish, a fingerprint scanner, no face unlock, which again I think is a big advantage. So you're not wasting time with tech you'll never use. Very good battery life. If battery life is what you really want with a pure Android stock experience, this is the phone to go for. So around 11,000 rupees, dual camera at the back. And the good stuff is that it's got a live bokeh effect. With a little slider, you can actually add or subtract the amount of bokeh you want that should come into your picture. Too artificial, just take that slider a little down. So those are the good things. But like I said, for this price point, I think a full HD screen would have really sealed the deal. Here's our review.
There is a new Nokia phone on the block, and when Nokia makes a phone, we know the hardware is going to be promising. Meet the Nokia 3.1 Plus, priced at 11,499 rupees for the 16GB storage variant with a 2GB RAM. This is the bigger version of the Nokia 3.1 that was launched back in July, and it sure does bring the plus factor to the screen size. This is a taller variant with a 6-inch display, but when we held this phone in our hand, it was a comfortable fit and didn't seem as massive. Using this phone is a breeze, and the design and build is pretty impressive. The Nokia 3.1 Plus has rounded edges, it's not very heavy either, and the back has a nice matte finish which attracts no fingerprints at all. That's quite a refreshing relief. The phone comes in 3 colors, and we got this brilliant Baltic variant which was a nice baby blue shade. On the display front, it has an HD Plus display with an 18:9 screen ratio. The colors are nice, but we do wish the phone packed in a full HD Plus display. One thing that does stand out is that the screen does not come with a notch. It does make the phone look slightly old-fashioned in a world where edge-to-edge displays are the new trend. Like Nokia's recent phones, the 3.1 Plus also comes with Android One based on the Android 8.1 Oreo. We hope the Android 9 update is rolled out to this phone soon, but Android One feels great and it has a very easy-to-use interface. The back of the phone has a fingerprint scanner. We set it up and used it, and it worked pretty well. The phone lacks a face unlock feature, but at its price point, we don't really miss it. Looking under the hood, the Nokia 3.1 Plus is powered by a MediaTek Helio P22 chipset with a 2GB RAM on the base variant. The phone is smooth, it performs well with even multiple apps open. On the battery front, it has a 3500 mAh battery which will last a comfortable 2 days of normal use.
This 2-day of battery life actually is something the consumers have played back to us. They've said that yes, your experience and the screen and the quality of the experience is good, but we need longevity in the experience. So I believe this 2-day battery life really is a very strong selling point. It has worked really well for us with, for example, the Nokia 2.1, which has sold on the strength of the strong 2-day battery life. Now in 3.1 Plus also, not only do we have a fantastic imaging experience, a fantastic display, and therefore a visual experience, we also have the battery.
Coming to the optics, there is a dual camera setup at the back with a 13 and 5 megapixel lens. The shots were decent in daylight, and the manual mode even packs in scene settings, which is a nice touch. There is also a live bokeh mode which gave good depth, although a little inaccurate in some scenarios. There is a slider to adjust the bokeh in the images. The front camera is 8 megapixel. It packs in a beauty mode along with front bokeh as well. The front camera did not impress as much. The phone comes with a dual SIM slot along with a micro SD slot as well, which is a big plus. The Cell Guru verdict? The Nokia 3.1 Plus is a no-nonsense phone and a bigger cousin to the Nokia 3.1. It does pack in a punch at 11,499 rupees with features like a big battery, decent optics and a solid build. It does slip a bit when compared to competition at this price, but if you're looking at a reliable phone in the sub 15K segment, then you could consider the Nokia 3.1 Plus.
And now let's move on to one, of course, which is a question from all of you. Finally, the Xiaomi Mi Band, their fitness band, which is very successful in India, is finally out. And is this the fitness band to buy? So we strapped it onto Sugandha and asked her to do this little review. We'll tell you a little bit, but here again is my final conclusion. So the Xiaomi Mi Band 3 is an interesting device, but it just doesn't take the innovation to the next level. Today, You've got Apple Watch with ECG. You've got the Goki band with a blood pressure monitor. This is pretty much the Xiaomi Mi Band 1 to 2 to 3. Very, very small increments of little technology. Little bit more battery life, little bit better looking. So I'm surprised that Xiaomi isn't taking this to the next level. It doesn't have coaching, it doesn't have live coaching, it doesn't have a whole ecosystem around it. So in itself, if you want just a fitness band, this is good for about 1900 rupees. Otherwise, there are other options.
A heart rate sensor, sleep tracking, stopwatch, activity tracker, all this in one band which costs 1,999 rupees. This is the Mi Band 3 which packs in quite a punch for its price. So let's take it for a run and see if it impresses us. Let's start with the design. It sports a sleek minimalistic design and comes with a black strap. To charge it, you have to remove the cord from the band and use a supplied USB charger. The navigation is pretty simple and there's no rocket science here. Swipe up and down to scroll through menu items and left and right for more options. Tap the button to go back and long press the button to use other features like stopwatch and more. There is no fancy watch face here and we like the practical no-frills interface for everyday use. The third edition of the band comes with a large 0.78-inch OLED touchscreen with 193 ppi resolution and better water resistance up to 5 atm. So you can swim and shower with it. We don't like the fact that the visibility of the screen is very low outdoors, and if you're going to use this band for outdoor running, you may need to squint a little for calorie count. When it comes to notifications, you can read messages and dismiss calls. Make sure you set your preferences in the Mi Fit app after pairing. Once paired, you'll see a record of your activity, health, workouts and sleep. At this price point, the features also add to the charm. We found the step count to be more or less accurate. Other exercises may not be tracked with as much efficiency though, and regular gym enthusiasts may need to keep that in mind. Take the calories burnt with a pinch of salt. The band has 4 workout modes: outdoor running, cycling, walking and treadmill. Other fitness bands have more. The Apple Watch has dance, yoga, swimming and more. But at 1/15th the price, the Mi Band 3 is as desirable. Sleep tracking is pretty accurate, and if you're in the habit of sleeping with a band, this one is a good bet. Coming to another important feature, the heart rate sensor. We compared the heart rate readings on the Apple Watch and the Mi Band 3 and they were in sync. We did however need to long press the band to get readings on the Mi Band 3. The battery here is the deal clincher. At 110 mAh, the Mi Band will last you about 15 to 20 days. No complaints here. Another useful feature lies in the settings in the Mi Fit app. You can set a high heart rate alert and the band will vibrate when your heart rate goes above a certain number. This is really helpful for those who want to monitor their heart rate closely. You can also set a pace alert for an outdoor run and set the band to vibrate if your speed reduces. This may work as a gentle nudge to run faster. So what's our verdict? Well, the Mi Band 3 is a fantastic budget buy for anyone who simply wants to count steps, track activity and monitor their heart rate. And if you want more features, you may need to loosen those purse strings.
Well, that then is a lot that we've already done in the Cell Guru Show. Small little break. We'll be right back. Of course, we live in a world where if you haven't been hacked today, then it's only a matter of time. Look at what's been happening all around us. From Google Plus that got hacked to Facebook that got mega hacked. Every single thing, all the data that you did give to these companies thinking you were sharing with your friends, now all your private data has been shared with people who are not your friends at all. So is there something you can do? Well, at some point, because the hacks are happening at the Facebook server level, there isn't too much you can do. But there are things you could do to make sure your privacy and the data and the kind of content you put out there is in your control. So can I start off the first one myself? It's the most important tip I can give you. Besides the fact that you should have dual ways of an SMS or something else that comes in. So dual levels of security and dual levels of login. The other one that is very important is do not use your Facebook password as a gateway into other websites. People use it for all kinds of things, including banking and email. You've pretty much exposed your whole life if you're doing that. Every single thing, once Facebook is hacked and your password is out, you're in big trouble. So number one tip, don't do that.
The two biggest platforms which have access to almost all our data have been under the scanner lately. Facebook and Google are sailing through tough waters. While 50 million Facebook accounts have been exposed by a data breach, Google Plus has been shut down because it exposed the data of more than 4,96,000 users. Online privacy is back under the radar, and here's what you can do to protect your data while using your favorite apps and browsers. The most used browser in India is Google Chrome, so we recommend that you use incognito mode when browsing the web. Click on the menu button on the top right corner of your browser window and click on New Incognito Window. This will let you surf the net and prevent the website from saving your history. This also disables the tracking information on your browser. You can do the same for Firefox. Review your privacy settings by going to Privacy Settings, Tools, and restrict or change who can see your future posts. We also recommend you go to Preferences and Apps, Website and Games, and change the settings to turn off to reduce the information you share with Facebook apps. You can also enable two-factor authentication in Facebook by going to Settings and Security and Login, Two-Factor Authentication. Instagram is the favorite social media app for most content creators these days. But if you're just using it to browse, make sure you keep your posts private by going to Instagram settings so that only friends can see them. The good news is that even Instagram has enabled a two-step authentication for users. You can do this by going to settings and scrolling down to the two-factor authentication. Apart from these, we highly recommend setting difficult passwords and changing them repeatedly. Avoid using Facebook and Google as your gateway logins to all third-party apps, since a breach compromises all of them too. Do regular device audits of all your apps to make sure that nobody is posting from your account.
Well, that then is the Cell Guru show for the week, and the preview for next week is called 3 and 4. You want to figure it out? I'll give you a second. 3 and 4? Google Pixel 3 and the Samsung A9 with 4 cameras at the back. That's next week.